Hi wrestling fans, thanks for clicking on the dreaded D Rose report. 5 times, yep, or 6 times world champion Booker T is canceled his scheduled appearance this weekend at New Orleans Comic Con at the Ernest Mario Convention Center in New Orleans, Louisiana. Haven't heard no idea why, just want to let you know in case you're down in New Orleans. Let me show you a spin-a-rooney. Well, I have to move the camera. I'll show it later. Hey, regarding a surprise appearance at Sunday Royal Rumble pay-per-view, he was in discussion with World Wrestling Entertainment officials a few weeks ago about a potential return. Talking about Booker, King Booker. Anyway, Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler versus Matt Riviera headlines the New Millennium Wrestling February 26th at Balch Beach Recreational Center, Balch Springs, Texas. Never heard of that. Anyway, this Sunday's Royal Rumble pay-per-view at TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts now is sold out, so you can't go unless you buy some scalping tickets. Complimentary tickets for the event are hard to come by, and scalpers have been reportedly unloaded their share. Former wrestler, if you remember him, I don't remember him, I don't know why, but in the WWF from 1986 to 1989, 3 years, there was a guy named Johnny K9. I don't know why I don't remember him. Anyway, he was charged Monday with first-degree murder in the connection of a 2008 gangland execution of John Barber of Vancouver, and I don't have any more details on that, but if you remember Johnny K9, you don't have amnesia, it's just probably me. Anyway, it was disclosed Sunday at the WWE-sponsored web conference, well, yesterday I guess it was, not Sunday, that the Diva Search competition is going to be brought back to the company programming. The concept, it will reportedly be similar to NXT contestants and will be mentored by WWE Divas. Additionally, it's said that the company officials will make a concentrated effort to recruit female talent from independent scenes. So you independent female wrestlers, look out. Maybe Mickey Knuckles will end up there. Vicky Guerrero will be featured and be appearing at FCW live event in Punta Gorda, Florida, Saturday, February 12th, so get your lungs ready for that. Alright, because of a major winter storm on the East Coast right now, the WWE is having to rebook some of the flights to get the talent to Boston for Sunday's Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Well, the storm's going across the United States is amazing this year. Actor Jamie Kennedy noted on Twitter yesterday that he is filming reshoots for the WWE movie Breaking the Rules. The movie stars Edge and is now scheduled to be released, I guess, sometime later this year. The action comedy movie that was formerly called Chasing the Hawk. Anyway, Edge plays a New Orleans lawyer, I can't figure that out, who loses a classic car that's special to him, and he goes out to find it. That reminds me of a little old movie, not a television movie or a theater. Anyway, matches for tonight's WWE SmackDown on Sci-Fi includes Leia Cool taking on Kelly Kelly and Caitlyn, Drew McIntyre taking on JTG and SmackDown Battle Royal, as well as Randy Orton and Edge taking on Miz Dolph Ziggler. And if you got my Facebook friends or whatever, if you know how to get to my Facebook, look on there. I've got a beautiful picture of Awesome Kong. I'm serious. Ooh, they've done a makeover on her like you wouldn't believe. Anyway, The Miz is going to be appearing tomorrow, Saturday, at Warwick Mall and Cox Solution store in Warwick, Rhode Island. WWE Champion is going to be appearing 12 to 2. Linda McMahon is one of the special speakers at Westport Women's Club panel discussing business in Connecticut last night. Linda talked about learning, from your mistakes in businesses, and noted that her and her husband, Vince McMahon, went through bankruptcy early, but it built WWE into a global, publicly traded company, she says. All right. Oh, and she says she's not afraid to lose her Senate seat last year, or she wasn't afraid of it. And she said, I just kept the door open as an option, and when I decided to run for public office, she says, I'll get my time back then. TNA is going to be releasing Mick Foley's Hardcore Legend DVD April 19th, so you got time to save. Scott Steiner, by the way, was trending on Twitter last night after his return to Impact. Yes, he's back. And his guns. Announcing for TNA's Against All Odd pay-per-views on February 13th is Kazarian defending the X Division title in a 4-way match. And the theme song for Against All Odds is The Gun Show by In This Moment. You might remember in 2010, I remember reporting this about Jeff the Drunk on the Howard Stern show. Anyway, he said he's going to be guest hosting Raw September 27th from Albany, New York, and will be doing a segment with Steve Austin. Anyway, the claim was also reported on Howard's News, but people in WWE denied the whole thing. So here's kind of the way something went down. The day after Raw was in Albany, Jeff appeared on Stern's show and said he showed up at Raw last night but wasn't let in the building. He claimed the whole deal was set up by Ron Simmons, who is no longer with WWE. Jeff said he showed up and called Simmons, who likely wasn't even at the show, and said Simmons said he would get him inside, but never did. Then the drunk claimed that after calling Simmons again and waiting at the tickets office for about 3 hours, he left. He also claimed that he shaved his head before going to Raw because WWE Josh Matthews told him WWE wanted him bald for the guest host gig. Jeff left and went on a rant about Simmons and Matthews, obviously revealed that he was working on his own angle from the start. I think he's drunk. Jim Ross, he noted on his Twitter that once WWE did a DVD on Hall of Fame George is done and released, they will begin working on WWE studio film on his life. I thought that was what they were doing anyway. And noted before, Jim Ross said he's a special guest referee in a dark match on Raw live event Oklahoma City on March 13th. The match has been advertised as The Miz versus Randy Orton for the WWE title. So apparently, one or the other is going to have the title in March. Yesterday marks the 18th anniversary of the passing of WWE Hall of Famer Andre the Giant. Man, don't seem like it was 18 years ago. As noted before, on January 24th, Raw scored a 3.29 rating with about all close to 5 million viewers. The segment breakdown, by the way, if you're paying attention, this is kind of interesting. Usually is. At the end of the opening, Nexus and Core showdown and the tag match with Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio versus Mark Henry and John Morrison, they lost 780,000 viewers. Melina versus Natalya for the Diva title gained 76,000 viewers, while backstage segments with John Cena and Nexus lost 63,000 viewers. Champion versus champion match with Edge taking on The Miz gained about 42,000, which is disappointing as usual. The 10 o'clock segment usually gains around 500,000 viewers. Knock, knock. All right, Santino Marella, Vladimir Kozlov, and Nexus lost 262,000 viewers, while CM Punk, Wade Barrett, with Cena's special guest referee, gained more back, 243,000. Anyway, the big brawl at the end of the show did close to 800,000 viewers, which finished with a 3.87 overrun. Oh, by the way, remember Shark Boy? He turns 35 today. And by the way, I guess maybe everybody's kissed and made up with TNA. Ric Flair worked a live show in Glasgow, Scotland, as he accompanied Beer Money to the ring for their match against the British Invasion. And Flair arrived in the arena. He apologized in the locker room for the incident earlier in the week in Ireland. I'm sorry, he says. Oh, Miami Herald's got the report on Scott Hall that he had a pacemaker put in. I'll let you know more on that tomorrow if I got time, but I'm about out of time, so any comments, leave it down below. I'll try and answer them, either in print or on this thing if I got the time. Hey, thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.